Oh, shit. It's fucking Monday night. Oh, God. Is anybody on this goddamn thing? What the hell's going on here? Oh, live viewers, comments, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this is serious and silliness bodybuilding. And we on... Thank you, Dom and John. Nice to see you, brother. I got Lee Priest going to be joining us shortly. And what are we doing? What is it? Right. It's another fucking Monday night. I can't believe how fast the weeks are going. This is Shooting the Breeze with John Livia and Lee Priest. Lee Priest will be joining us shortly. And this weekend coming is the Arnold Classic, so we'll be talking about that. Lee's coming. Don't worry, John. He's on his way. Yeah, drop the old lady off at work, and he's coming. But serious and silliness bodybuilding. So I do this, and then right after this, I record Anabolic Academy. So if you guys want to answer any questions, you can send me questions. But anyway, so Kai Greene is just on my nerves. I kind of lost a lot of respect for him ever since he cried on YouTube when he didn't do the Olympia that one year. You know, and I don't know if you guys remember, but he I don't like guys that cry, like blubbering, crying, blah blah, on YouTube or on Instagram. And if you guys remember, the year after he did his last Olympia, something happened with the contract or his old supplement company or whatever the case may be, and he actually got on YouTube and he started crying, blah, blah, blah. All right, whatever. I'm not taking anything away from him as a bodybuilder. As a bodybuilder, he's one of the best that has ever stepped on stage. Great poser, even though I'm not into the whole, that kind of shit, that he does with the outfits and things like that. But, I'm not taking anything away from him. But how many times are you going to tease the fact that you're making a comeback? He's not making a comeback. Oh, Lord oh, shit.
Who's got come on their back?
Kai Greene. I really wouldn't be surprised if he did. You crazy.
The grapefruit got him.
I think you got a better shot of seeing Lee Priest back on stage than you do Kai Greene.
Do you think, like, when he sees like a fruit salad, it's like an orgy?
Yeah, he gets all aroused and everything. Absolutely. Yeah, he gets crazy. He's like, oh, grapefruit, watermelon, cantaloupe. Holy shit.
Oh, my God. Bits of orange. Oh.
Kai Greene has the same chance of making a comeback as Jesus Christ does coming off the cross.
Well, now, there's been a lot of people holding signs for years saying he's coming back, he's coming back. I've been saying that for how long? I always see these signs.
He's not coming back. It's a wrap. It's over. He's 50 years old.
He did it once. I'm talking about Jesus and God.
I thought you meant Kai. Yeah.
People holding up signs. The end is near. He's coming back. He will return.
Let me give you a different analogy then. Kai Greene has as much chance of coming back than I do hitting lotto twice in the same week. How about that one? Yeah.
You're so negative.
I'm not negative. I'm honest. Excuse me.
You and Matt should do a podcast, you negative bastards.
Matt who?
Matt
from Muscle Discord?
You, Matt, and fucking
Nick Trigilli.
You fucking negative prick.
No, I don't.
I see a theme here. You fucking bald, arrogant, miserable cunts.
Yeah.
Just because you've all lost your hair, you fucking hate everybody, you bastards.
Oh, this is great. Forrest. I watched 19 minutes and 30 seconds of the Color Power. I didn't realize Kai was so excited. Are you kidding me? Kai should have been a politician. Kai should have been
on RX where Sid was interviewing him, and my wife, because she had a few drinks too, she's like, "Oh, I love the way he talks. He's so deep in that." I said, they asked him a question on is he coming back, and he's talking about the fucking universe and the star and
Yeah, it's insane. It's like watching the Ultimate Warrior do his promo back in the day. Yeah, it's just hard.
Great question. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I answered this by saying, when we get into something to be good at it, but then we don't realize being good at it can inspire other people. So as I took this journey, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah. And you're like, and the guy on the other line is just going, dude, I just need your social security number and we get
exactly. As yes or no, will you be home after 2 so we can deliver the package?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, let me just check. 2 is a number that maybe home by 2, but if I divide that by 3, what does that make it?
Yeah, I do not want to have Kai
a pie to see if I'll be home at 2 for you to deliver.
And the reason why, and you could attest to this, Lee, the reason why I don't think he's going to come back is number one, he's got nothing to prove. He's won every show except for the Olympia. Okay.
But he might want the Masters Olympia. Still Olympia in the title.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think he's going to do that. Okay. Number one, he's got nothing to prove. That's number one. Number two, does anybody realize how difficult it is to get back into that diet training regimen?
That mindset.
Dude, it is not easy. No, it's you get a guy that takes 1 year off and it's difficult to get back into it. I mean,
thank you. My wife's bringing me a drink. Look at that.
Oh, very nice. What do you got? Just water?
Pink gin and sugar-free lemonade.
Oh, I got I got San Pellegrino.
Oh well, cheers.
Yeah.
We both drink. Is yours alcoholic?
No. I try not to drink during the week unless there is a occasion like my birthday or something like that.
These last 2 weeks, or since I got back from England, because I was drinking gin over there, I think every day this week I've been drunk at night with gin.
Yeah, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that,
I only have like 6 or 7 shots, and it makes you a little bit happy.
A little bit, 6 or 7 shots. I went outside.
Normally for me to get like a tiddly from it, I got to have at least. What did I have yesterday? And I finally started to feel like I was floating. It was probably 14 shots of gin, and then I felt like I was a little bit floaty.
Yeah. Saturday night, I went to my friend's house. One of the guys from work had a card game. We were playing Texas Hold'em, and I had 2 Coronas and a shot of Jameson, and I was. That's all.
Maybe I'll come to Vegas and give you 6 shots. You'll be anyone's.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and he lives in the Bronx, and I drove there. I'm like, shit, I better quit while I'm ahead. I got to drive home. But yeah, no, I'm not much of a drinker at all, dude.
Why is it because I've heard your thermometer story? Your balls. When you told me you went to your mate's house to play Texas Hold'em, I picture you standing around with Cowboys hats on, holding each other's cock.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that unfortunately, yeah, I would picture that too. Actually, yeah, I think that's called a circle jerk, not Texas Hold'em.
We got to start off holding it before you get into the action.
Yeah. So, what do you think, man? You think I think Kai's just pulling everybody's fucking prick. He's not making a comeback.
With Kai, you never know. But if he did, I'd probably see the Masters Olympia. But then, was it true what I think I saw it. Dave mentioned it, where Phil sort of had a go at him because they wanted him to do a talk at the Arnold and that, and Phil's like, this is very disappointing. We could have went on stage and spoken that because Kai didn't want to do it or something.
Yeah. Phil took I think it was an Instagram post and took a shot at Kai, basically saying, I sent it to you actually. Yeah.
And you think Kai would have liked to do that at the Arnold, get on stage and have a chat with the people and Phil, and that creates some excitement in the sport for a change.
Kai is a strange bird.
You think?
He is. He's a strange dude. He knows, I just don't understand the type of guy that he is. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I honestly, I'll be honest with you. When I lost respect for Kai, now this doesn't mean I lose respect for him as a bodybuilder. As a bodybuilder, he's one of the best that ever did it. Yeah. I take nothing away from him. He won multiple Arnold Classics, runner-up at the Olympia multiple times. The guy is was one of the best that ever did it. But when he, I have this thing when a guy cries in public or cries on social media, especially like blubbering crying, that annoys the shit out of me. And when he cried after he couldn't do the Olympia, something happened with the contract, he didn't sign it, and the supplement company wanted the boots for free at the Olympia, some crap. And then they basically said, well, you're not going to do the Olympia because you didn't sign the contract and nobody gets the boots for free. And then he goes on some social media platform. I don't know if it was YouTube, and just starts crying. And it's like, oh, dude.
Was it one of those, leave Britney alone?
Yeah, exactly.
One of those horrible faces.
Look, if you're talking about your brother that just passed away from cancer a month ago, and you got to go, just, give me a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. And you got to control yourself. I fully get it. But a blubbering fool as a man, I can't deal with it. Can't. Sorry. I can't fucking deal with it. It's just. And he's from Brooklyn, and I'm from Brooklyn. I know it's two different parts. Believe me, he came from a much rougher Brooklyn part than I did. but still, it's like, dude, give me a break, man. Hold it together. I can't stand the guy who cries in public and just blubbers. It just drives me nuts.
John, come on, get in touch with your sensitive side.
My sensitive side or my female side?
Whatever you want to call it.
Well, if you want me to get in touch with my female side,
I'm going to say you feel your female side, but then I figured you just go finger yourself in the corner. Just getting in touch with my female side.
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch. Shut up. Take it.
Yeah.
I want to police. I want to report a sexual assault. Who? Me? I just assaulted myself.
Me on me. Yeah.
Yeah. Lock me up. I don't trust myself tonight.
Yeah.
I'm getting to do if someone actually reported that. If say you said you were like what is it? Fucking not schizo, but when you have multiple personalities, what is it?
Oh yeah, you're that's what it is, multiple personalities.
But then they have a word for it, like a fucking
yeah, whatever. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but say you like that and you have different personalities and you actually sexually assault yourself and then you have to go and complain to the police because you didn't give yourself consent to abuse yourself.
Yeah. When I was thinking of getting in touch with my Kai can't just let the pass go. Thank you, okay. When I was thinking about getting in touch with my female side, what I did was I lost my phone, and then I told my wife to call it so I could look for it, and then I tried parallel parking and I scraped my tire on my tire on the curb.
And then okay, you can blacken the tire, but it's worse when you hit the wheel and do chunks in the metal. You're like,
And then I was mad at my wife for no fucking reason whatsoever all day yesterday. So that's getting in touch with my phone.
It was her fault. You hit the wheel on the curb.
Yeah. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Call my phone.
How is that my fault? It is because you're a fucking woman. You made it happen. That's why.
Yeah. Oh shit.
My wife does my phone. Honey, call my phone.
Multiple personalities.
You're taking them to the van. Hello, you're beautiful. She's got 2 pig's ears. She's going to feed them to the dog.
Oh, my dogs love those things. Yeah. Yeah, they love those. Oh, we want to hear something sad, actually. Yeah, I know.
Animals, is it?
Here it comes.
Here it comes. The Rainbow Bridge.
Tomorrow. Right. Lola is downstairs right now, high on pain meds. And then tomorrow the vet is coming to my house to assassinate my dog, basically.
Yeah. Even though you know it's coming, I did have my cat. Well, I didn't know my cat was going to be put down. I took it to the vet. And by the time they said, oh, it's got cancer, we can remove the eye, we can do this and do that, I'm thinking, what sort of life's that? So I went from taking my cat for a checkup to leaving with the cat put to sleep. It's always like, it looks very peaceful when they go, but it's still sad, isn't it? Because I always think, if I'm in the cat or the dog's position, I'm thinking, oh, here's my owners patting me, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, well, I guess it's a nice way to go if your owner's patting you and being around you, but it's almost like they don't know it's coming, but you do, so I feel bad about it. So,
yeah, listen.
I feel like Adolf sending people off to the shower.
Yeah.
Just gonna get clean, wash each other's back.
What's funny, here's the best part of it. She has been not doing well for the last couple of days. So I called the vet today, and Dr. Minnie, that's who's coming tomorrow, and the other female, the Cane Corso, Jolene, she won't leave her side. She lays right next to her. She stays right. It's almost instinctual that they know.
Animals really know.
It's unbelievable. But what
they
makes it.
always say if you got other animals, once the animal has passed, let the other animals see it. That way they can have closure too. Because I reckon if you take them off to the vets and they never come back, the other animal's always wondering. So they've always said. I saw a few videos where people have had animals, and once they've passed in the house, they bring the other animals in to sniff them and look at them and stuff like that.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad idea.
It says somehow the animal can relate that okay, it's passed, and they sort of know,
understand,
rather than looking for them all the time, wondering.
Well, that would make sense, right? It was a pack. It was a pack animal, so that would totally make sense. The other guy, the bulldog, the male, he could give two shits. He's like, "What are we eating?" He ain't give two fucks. But
you have your dog here and your wife sitting over there when he goes to your dog saying, no, over there, that's where you got to give it.
Yeah.
That nice bright, over here it's really bright green. Is it bright green there? It's like this fluoro green liquid.
Oh, really? I have no idea, man. I'll let you know tomorrow. I mean, we put down Hercules a few years ago, and
at least it's painless, and like I said, they just go to sleep in your arm, and that's
it. And but look, I mean, am I gonna be sad? Yeah, I'm gonna be sad. But she's a 16-year-old pit bull. She's had a really, really nice life. You go into buying this pet knowing that you're gonna outlive it. So I take comfort in the fact that she's 16. She had a nice long life. She was spoiled rotten. She had a beautiful, I always told my wife, there's a such thing as reincarnation. I want to come back as a pit bull in your house.
But that's what I always said. I want to come back as a dog, but I'll end up at one of those places where they chain me to the back fence and fucking kick me.
Yeah.
And fucking not feed me. I'll be like, what the fuck's this shit?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's sad because, like I said, I've given all my animals a good life, and when it comes time, it's like sad, but especially if they got cancer or pain, and that it's the best thing for them. But I think it's just our selfish self that wants to be like, oh, maybe we can keep them for another week, another day. It's just our selfish feelings wanting them to stay longer.
No, she can't walk anymore.
Yeah.
She can't control her bowels. She shits and pisses. She's in a diaper.
Oh yeah, sounds like time to get rid of the missus. Yeah, get rid of it. Once they start doing that, John.
Hey, you gotta let them go. You gotta get rid of them. Oh shit!
Nothing worse when they're riding your fucking reverse cowgirl and they shit all over you. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Ladders up in your face like a fucking meat pie.
Holy shit!
Like someone just dropped a bowl of chocolate custard.
So the other thing I was gonna bitch about, the Kai Greene's not coming. Gonna make a comeback.
I haven't watched that yet. Because I watched a bit of the one with Dave and Sid. I mean Kai and Sid on Dave's channel. I haven't brought myself to the 2 hours of Jay Cutler and Kai yet.
No, there's no way.
After a few more of these, I'll go watch it and let you know, John.
No, it's painful. Like I would rather give myself a paper cut than pour lemon juice on it than watch a Kai Greene interview. Armon, what's up, dude? What's happening, man?
Why don't you bring Armon on? Don't you like him? You don't like
Armon, you want to come on? Just I'll send you the link if you're not busy. He's coming on Wednesday. Are you going to be on? Well, it'll be Thursday this time by you. If you come over.
Friday, I got to go get keys to the new place. But yeah, Thursday I should be available.
All right, good, because we're going to be talking about the Arnold Classic. Armon's coming on.
Is that coming up, is it? I didn't know.
What's up?
I'll be glad when that fucking thing. Oh, but then when it's over, we're going to have weeks and weeks of he shouldn't have placed here, he shouldn't have placed there. What do you think it is? What do you think?
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, let's. I'll get Armand to come on. Let's see. Invite.
15. He's got to do his hair.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Send. This is what I like about this thing, man. Anybody could come on at any time. The other thing I was going to be
how the house hunting's going.
Yeah, how is it going? You found the place, right?
Yeah, I got the one with the river in the backyard. Yes, so I got 3 acres of land and lots of paddocks. I can put rescue donkeys. My wife found the place that has rescue donkeys.
What? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, already got clean and rescue donkeys out in the paddock, and I can fish down on the river.
Well, that sounds really nice, man. I'll tell you, man. If Australia wasn't so far, I would come fishing with you.
It's not far once you get here.
Yeah, everything else is far. Jesus Christ. What is a plane ride from Australia to New York City?
We could fly Sydney to Dallas. I mean, Houston. Sydney to Houston or Dallas, you can go, I think, which is
Houston,
which
the
is
whole,
like
the whole
15
planet, the whole planet, Houston.
Yeah, you can go there, and then it's 15 hours there, and then whatever it is from there to New York. So it'd be about 20 hours travel time.
Yeah.
But next year, there is going to be a flight. I think it's 20 hours nonstop from Sydney to New York and Sydney to London nonstop.
Fuck that, 20 hours.
I've done Perth to London nonstop, and that's 17 hours in a plane.
Yeah, that's a long fucking time, man.
Fuck, the fucking fuel needle's not broken, and they think they got a fuel tank and go, oh fuck, we miscalculated.
Oh shit.
We've still got 1,000 miles to go, and we're on empty. Fucking
yeah. We're gonna make a quick stop at Pango.
Ease up on the fucking accelerator there. Just ease into the corners.
Well, I was doing the Superman 2, where the three villains come to the United States. They come to Earth, and he says to the guy, "Where are we?" And he goes, "Houston." So he thinks the planet is called Houston.
Oh, that's right.
Houston. Don't you remember that? And so the
one from the Phantom Zone.
Right. Yeah, General Zod.
Yeah,
and then fucking the camera guy goes.
Terrence Stamp played a good Zod, but I did like the other actor's name. What's his name? Michael, whatever, that played in the
Yeah. I liked him. He was good. I thought Zod should have been more of an intellect.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have a villain and he's an intellect, it makes it that much more scary, if you will, because you know he's extremely intelligent and violent as well, and the combination is always fucking. I mean,
like Luthor, he's like a brilliant
right.
guy.
Yeah, exactly. Except they've been making him fucking a half a homo lately.
I think this new Lex Luthor, what's his name? Stoltz or Holtz playing the part. He looks like he's looking mean in one of the newer previews I saw where he had some laser kryptonite raider Superman's head. And because like I said, this movie starts off where they already know each other, they're already at war with each other, they're enemies. And I think the first scene in the movie is them fighting, like already at it when the movie starts.
Oh, really?
But there's no like introduction that Lex Luthor has to discover Superman. We're already in the midst of them hating each other.
Yeah.
Your favorite part where the doggy comes along.
Yeah, no, I don't know. They made Superman look like a fag. That's what they made Superman look like.
They brought the fucking trunks back on the outside.
yeah. They made him look like a fag. Somebody gave him a beating. He's like 106 pounds. The dog's got to save him. What the fuck?
And it's not even like you think like they would have had a big staffy dog like my dog or something.
Yeah.
They got like Crypto as this little white fluffy looking thing. But you might as well get a Chihuahua. It's like at least have a Cane Corsa or something that looks nice and German Shepherd that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly. It's just there's what's his name? Desktop. Xavier. Yeah. So I was not a fan of the trailer of Superman because Superman's not supposed to be helpless in the trailer. But anyway, whatever. Yeah. And the other thing I was gonna bitch about,
new Superman suit in the cupboard there that I got with the pants on the outside. I had one in my photo.
Yeah. The other thing I was gonna bitch about, Kai Greene's not making a comeback, and I just want to get this out because this was in the title. And Andrew Jack's not winning shit this weekend, guys. I hate to tell you, okay? He's gonna be fighting for 3rd or 4th place. All right.
Yeah.
So Andrew Jack is going to be a very good bodybuilder. He's going to be able to win shit like Texas and, maybe a European show, but he's not going to be able to win a Olympia or an Arnold Classic USA because he can't gain enough weight to fill out that frame. And once you put him next to Samson,
you don't see him doing a Ronnie Coleman and making that big leap.
No, he's already close to 40. And he's had, how many years has he had it already? He's had we've been waiting for it for 3 years.
John has spoken then. Fuck, Andrew.
Samson did it you know, I was waiting for a Samson type of change with Andrew Jack, because I looked at Andrew Jack and I'm like, this guy can fill out his frame. It's no joke, but he can't seem to fill out his frame. So he looks lanky next to guys like Derek or Hottie or Samson, and that's going to be his Achilles heel.
Samson's actually looks like he's made those little improvements even from the Olympia.
Where you going? You got to take a shit?
Oh, my wife had a fan on in the other room and I could hear it. It was annoying me.
Oh, very good. Oh, I'm sorry, Xavier. You're talking to somebody else. JD, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Great show. And yes, I believe he's close to 40 or late 30s, early 40s at this point, you know.
But you know, after the Arnold, the next talk's going to be what's the next big one where people are
big one. I mean, it's going to be Pittsburgh, because there's 2 new shows this year. There's Pittsburgh and there's Detroit.
Nick Walker's doing Pittsburgh, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. He might be doing both.
Or New York.
And no, he's definitely doing Pittsburgh. But I think Martin is going to be doing Pittsburgh as well.
Well, Xavier did a little joke there. Lee wasn't a fan of the sound.
The sound? What the hell is that?
The fan. I wasn't a fan of the sound.
That's funny, Xavier. That's really fucking funny.
When you get to my age, Xavier, they're the only fans I fucking got.
Xavier, do you want me to send you the link so you could join us and I can make fun of you? I hate making fun of you when you're not in person.
Oh, I don't know if Xavier will be ready that quick. Willie's got to put his makeup on and get
He's got to put his eyeliner on.
Jerry curls right. Fuck.
He's got to put his wig on. He's got to put his... It's a dad joke. Yeah.
Palumbo didn't buy that car. That's bullshit. He was just sitting in at the dealership. He didn't buy no Ferrari from California.
Goddamn car. I mean, honestly, the guy's in his late 50s. He's going through a fucking shitty divorce. He's got more money than God. Go get a goddamn beautiful car for fuck's sake for yourself.
But he'd buy it in fucking Florida. He wouldn't buy a fucking Ferrari in Long Beach and have it fucking shipped over.
Yeah, it's just go get whatever car do you want at that point, because at that point it's like, what are you waiting for? You know what I mean? Don't
maybe waiting for the divorce to go through. Maybe he doesn't want to add the car in yet, or she might be able to.
Oh, not. Excuse me.
What's up, guys?
What's up, dude? What's happening?
Just slamming some food down. Just got home with my son.
We just Wednesday is the soccer game, right?
I'm slamming.
No,
pink gin and lemonade. I'm slamming.
Are you drinking really right now?
Yeah, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Why not? I say that's how I'm gonna have to get through this moving and packing. I got to be drunk to fucking do it. Every time I look around the room, I'm like,
Lee, I
just look at shit. I'm like, where do I start? Where do I fucking start packing? There's so much shit. I'm like, fuck.
I don't like drinking during the week. I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every fucking day. You know, I got to go. Then I got to drive into Manhattan, and then I got to go underneath the ground, and I got to deal with shit and rats.
I'll be drinking.
Lee, I thought you already moved.
No. We get the keys on Friday, so I've got all my cupboards cleaned out, like clothes I haven't worn for a while. I've already thrown them in a bag and given them to charity. Then it's just every all the other shit you got sitting on shelves, and it's amazing the shit you find when you got to move. You're like, why do I keep this shit? I think I've seen this thing 6 times go from place to place with me, and I never use it. I don't wear it, so just throw it.
Yeah.
It's like you hold on to it for a keepsake. Oh, but I remember when I got this 5 years ago. I don't want to get rid of it. Oh, like, fuck it, get rid of it.
How does the donations work in Australia? We have whatever, John. We have the Salvation Army. We have whatever. Goodwill.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, but apparently they don't make it to fucking.
We have like a place you can take them to Salvation Army, St. Vincent de Paul, and all them. But then just the big local supermarket has those big bins in the car park. I'm just going to drop them off in there. But some people you see, they actually take it almost looks like they take rubbish down and try and fucking throw in these bins like just.
Well, Greg, if you could send it to Greg, he would sell. He would sell it.
Let's see. I have no idea if Ferrari's too much. All right, so here. Lee's got to know this. John, one of the reasons why you see Lambos on the road so much more than Ferraris is if you want a brand new Ferrari, you can't just go in there and buy any model you want. They literally make you start, and you have to buy the entry-level Ferrari first and then work your way up. That's their policy for some fucking reason. I don't know. I have no idea why they do it that way.
Unless you know somebody, because my friend, the girl I used to train, she used to work at Ferrari, and yeah, she could get you hooked up, but yeah, they're kind of like, it's so snobby up there, it's like
But Lambo, you could buy any model you want Lambo, but for some fucking reason, that's the way Ferrari does it.
What about that one Ferrari? I forget what model it is. If you buy it, it has to stay in fucking Italy, and you can only drive it over there on the track when you go visit. I'm like, if I'm paying a couple of million for a fucking car, I'll take it where the fuck I want. It's like,
yeah,
fuck.
it's ridiculous, man. It really is. But whatever.
It's,
and that's why you see
like
so
with the Panada equipment, you gotta like don't they have like crazy contracts with you have to like you can't sell it if you buy it. Lee, do you know about that? The Panada equipment?
I'm sure they probably is for something.
Yeah, Ferrari has all these rules and regulations. It's crazy. I don't know what it is.
There was an actor that got in trouble not long ago. It was oh fuck, who was it? They had one of those
Clarita
Ford GT40s, and they only had it for a while and turned around to resold them. Ford was suing them because
when they're made to order, you can't just
Who was that one? Who was that? Fuck, I can't remember.
I prefer American muscle cars.
Yeah.
I just if I could have any car right now, it would be 2022, 2023 Mustang GT Shelby 500 GT 500.
Nice.
That car is fucking insane, and it still goes for 80-90 grand, even though they don't make them anymore, and you got to buy it 2022 or 2023. They did come out with two other cars, the GT, what is it, the GTD, which is made to order.
Yeah, that's nice. That one, the racing.
And it's beautiful. And they did come out with a new Shelby GT350, but they're getting.
But I still love the one you sent in and said the C7 Z06 that looks like a Mobile. I prefer that look than the new Corvette. Yeah. It just looks sleek and in different colors where some have the race package on them.
Yeah.
It just like a mean fucking race car.
Yeah.
But all the cars are more expensive in Australia because Lee sent me a leak the other day. He said, "Look up your car. I have a Trackhawk, because I love Jeeps, but Trackhawk's fast as shit.
Fucking awesome.
And, I looked it up. It was like 50,000, 60,000 more in Australia than
Jesus Christ
here.
Maybe that's just like I said. The TRX Dodge here, the supercharged one, it starts at 275,000.
Yeah, they had trouble selling those here. There were a lot of trucks in Texas.
Well, they had a lot of trouble selling those things. Because when they came out, that's when gas prices were booming in the United States.
It
was only getting like 9-10 miles to the gallon, that fucking thing.
I remember when they came out, they only made 500 yellow ones called Yellow Fever, the Dodge RT10 truck with the Viper motor in it. I got one of those. It was all yellow and black. It was really good.
Yeah, so I am definitely going to get another American muscle car. It's only a matter of time. I had a C7 Corvette Stingray, and I had a Charger 392 Daytona, and there's no other car, but it's either going to be a Shelby or a Z06. But I have a price range, so it's going to be one of those two.
I had a Monte Carlo Dale Earnhardt limited edition when they came out.
Really? What year was that?
I think it was not long after he passed away. So when was that? Monte Carlo brought out the Dale Earnhardt limited edition one. It wasn't a bad car. Yeah, they brought out. Was it the model they brought out after they discontinued it? Because in the 80s they had Monte Carlo was booming. They had the LS, they had the SS. SS, everybody wanted the SS. Yeah. And then they discontinued it. And then I think in the late 90s they came back out with it, but it didn't do as well. Is that the model you're talking about? Yeah, it was the 2-door. It had the race package on it and Earnhardt colors and the number 3 on it and that sort of thing. It was
I think
the number of them. Yeah, wasn't bad.
Yeah, because during the late 80s, mid to late 80s, they tried doing an American muscle car thing again, and for the most part, they got it, but the horsepower was shit. It was it was 200 horsepower was a lot. And they had Buick had the Grand National, Chevy had the Monte Carlo SS. You had the most popular one was obviously the Mustang Fox body, the square one that everybody loved. And they had a whole bunch of them, and then they kind of went. For some reason, American muscle cars kind of go in and out of trends.
I think mine came out. I think Google it when the Dale Earnhardt Monte Carlo. Must have been. I was with Cappy, so it must have been.
I know the model you're talking about.
Early 2000s, because he must have died in the early 2000s, did he?
I know the model you're talking about, and I remember them coming out with that car. But I was never crazy about that one. The old one.
Driving it to the track.
Lee, how much do movers cost in Australia to move?
Not too bad. Probably a couple of hundred. It depends on how much they got to
That's
move.
all?
Yeah, I'm going to take the majority of the small stuff and clothes and that, than anything like this desk and the standing cupboards over there. And my wife's got lockers over there and the beds. I'll have them. You know, every time I've gone to move something, I fucking tear a muscle, so I'm fucking done. I'm not touching anything.
Yeah, we talked about the other day. Like that's the stupidest thing to do if you're muscle bound to go move something. Yeah.
What color did you get, Lee? Was it
only came in black.
It's either comes in black or red. So this is the one you're talking about then.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, this was the model after the 80s SS one that was really popular. Yeah. You know, and then for some reason, like the American muscle craze stopped in 2024. You know, they got rid of the Charger. I mean, they got rid of the Challenger. The Charger's only electric now. They stopped making Shelbys. You know,
did you see they put up a thing? I'm not sure if it's true or not. I saw it like a couple of months ago. They're thinking of bringing back the Trans Am Firebird, and it had a picture of one that looked pretty cool.
Yeah, well, you can. There is a company in the United States that you can still buy a Trans Am Pontiac, but they're made to order. Firebird Trans Am. What they do is they take a Camaro base. And then they change it to you know, a Trans Am or a Firebird, and you can get it. It's modernized. It does look like the Smokey and the Bandit one, and it has insane power. But it's a small company that bought the rights to Trans Am and Firebird, so you could still get. I've never seen one on the street, but they're well over 100,000 to get one. Yeah, you know. So
my friend here owns a big construction company. I went to school with him, multi-millionaire. He's probably got like 40 different cars in sheds up on hoists and shit.
Yeah.
He's like an original Eleanor. And when he was in the States once, he came back with a new Bentley. I'm like, what'd you buy that for? He's like, oh, got a good deal, Lee, $895,000. I'm like, oh, great deal. But he had one of his Ferraris had something with the brake disc. Just something simple went wrong with his fucking brake disc. I'm not sure whether it was pinching or wasn't like reopening, so it would drag on the wheel. Just to get looked at and fixed, 10 grand for one brake. Fucking
yeah. Those cars like that.
Ferrari, fuck that.
Cars like Lambos and cars like Bentleys. You really have to have some serious money to buy them because
stupid money. Yeah,
because the maintenance is insane.
Well, my Lotus, I had a Lotus Esprit, right? Because I used to love James Bond when he had that white Lotus that went underwater.
Yeah.
And then Lotus Esprit brought out that V8 model, the S4, whatever it was. Fucking loved it. Just an oil change. I took it up the Lotus and Rolls Royce Beverly Hills. Come to get an oil change, $1,400 just for an oil change.
You could. Exactly.
Like, what the fuck did you do? Fucking
the only car I see unless I turn into a multimillionaire, the only car I see myself going as far as is Porsche, because they still have warranties and you can still get them maintained. You know, and things like that. But for the most part, and I'm a car guy, and I just love American muscle car.
GTR one that's like the racy Porsche, I don't mind. But I used to love the old, even though I don't like Will Smith anymore. Remember the old 911s, the big flared guards and white tail on the back. I used to love them.
911 Targa, the 911 Targa S Porsche would be the Porsche. For brand new, it's like 200 grand. That car is fucking beautiful. That would be the Porsche for me. But when I hear the Shelby Mustang, or I hear a Vet, or I hear a Charger or Challenger, to me, there's nothing better than those fucking cars. When I was a kid, right, my neighbor, and this is when like men were men, not today, when they're all a bunch of sissies. Okay, my neighbor, we lived in Brooklyn, and my neighbor used to race super gas cars. Okay, and he had a '67 Firebird, and it was super gas, and he used to take it to Jersey, and take it to Raceway Park. I don't think Raceway Park is there anymore.
It just goes through.
Right. Exactly.
It's almost like you got to give it gas just to get it moving.
So every Sunday morning, he would wake up the whole neighborhood and because he had to get the car into the trailer. Sometimes he would do it the Saturday night before, but sometimes he did it Sunday morning. And it was him, his brothers, and as soon as I heard the car start up, I used to run to the window and watch him pull it into the trailer, you know. And I remember his wife's name is Debbie. His name is Louis. His wife's name is Debbie. And Debbie used to run out. Remember this one particular time? Said, Louis, you're going to wake the neighbors. And he just looks at her and goes, honey, go back inside. Today, your wife tells you she doesn't like you playing basketball with your friends anymore, and you stop playing basketball with your friends.
Well, no, it's like you said, it's the new generation. Here he is putting the car on the trailer early in the morning. It's like, boom,
Yeah.
Now in the morning on Sunday morning, the little men get out on their electric scooters and go get a fucking
exactly. Yeah. If you're driving one of those scooters, please accept that your wife is cheating on you. Just fully accept.
Did you, John, Lee, I saw it today. You know, like OnlyFans or whatever. Like, you can get like an AI OnlyFans. Like this guy,
What?
I sent you the link to your phone. I don't know if you can look it up or play it or whatever. So you can. Yeah, I just sent it to you. Yeah, I just texted it to you. So they were advertising like you can manage your own AI girl. So on OnlyFans, like guys are paying for girls that aren't real. Like, watch that. I don't know if you could play that video like right now or watch it. It's insane.
I could get an AI girl on OnlyFans, and I make money from what she does.
I don't know how to do it on StreamYard. On StreamYard, I'm not sure how to do it. I do it on Zoom.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, but it's like just watch. If you just watch it, it's insane. Like
own a fully automated AI model. Yeah. Jesus, dude, if you're jerking off to AI images, that's dude. That's the same as, remember back in the day when you had Felix the cat. There were cartoons that were porn, and you guys would be jerking off. It's a fucking cartoon. It's just
or anime.
What's the one from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? The girl on that people used to beat off to.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
Except the thing is, the girls look like that now. They actually go get surgery to look like that. Although, but a lot of them don't want titties anymore, which baffles me. They just want this giant ass.
There's a movie back in the day. Did you ever see that movie Fritz the Cat?
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just said that.
I thought you said Felix the Cat. I'm like, why are you talking about Felix the Cat?
Oh, did I say Felix? I meant Fritz. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking Felix and his bag of tricks. What's
Felix and Fritz? Yeah, you're right. It was Fritz. Yeah, Fritz the Cat.
Like porno. It was a porno of cats.
Yeah, and it was just like guys would be jerking off to fucking cartoons. It's like, why would you jerk off to an AI?
They do, like, I saw the internet, like you can make money, I guess, apparently managing an AI girl on OnlyFans, and the girls look like perfect, like they're in their little outfits. If you watch that whole thing in full, it's insanity, and all these guys are on there like, sign me up. I'm like, what? This is nuts. Eventually, people are going to be having sex with just like robots. I mean,
I would be terrible.
Come on, you're all beat off to Wilma and fucking Betty Rubble.
I never jerked off to a cartoon.
Pebbles when she got older into teenage cartoons.
No, never.
Even as a kid, I didn't jerk off to cartoon characters. I jerked off to Wheezy from the Jeopardy.
Get off the Wonder Woman.
No, that was a little bit before my time. I'll tell you who I jerked off to as a kid on TV. Wheezy.
I Dream of Jeannie.
I Dream of Jeannie. I did not. No, I did not. It was Wheezy. It was the girls from Too Close to Comfort, because those two girls were hot. And then as I got older, that was in the 80s. I didn't really jerk off to them. I was like 7. I would just hump the shit out of my bed while my TV was on. You know what I mean?
I used to jerk off to what's his name, didn't you? The little kid from Different Strokes. I know you fucker. What are you talking about, John? That's what he used to say. Didn't you be saying, "Oh, he's talking to me"?
I actually, once I got in the 90s, it became much more easier because you had the hot box, and then remember you had the Spice Channel. I think everybody had the hot box. Do you remember that? Did you have the hot box, Armon? It was the illegal cable box.
No, I used to still from the gas stations all the time. Porno mags, Penthouses.
Yeah.
I got caught one time. This Asian guy caught me. I used to go in there. I'd put like 4 magazines in the front, for that. He got a magazine out, and he's like, "What is this?" And he slapped me in the face with it. I was like in 7th grade, but I used to sell them to all my friends because at the kind of like the sleazy gas stations or whatever, they would sell Penthouse and Hustlers and all that, and I'd go there and I would steal them in like junior high, and I would sell them to my friends.
Then they started putting the fuckers in plastic bags and wraps.
They would wrap them in plastic. Yeah.
You bastards.
Yeah. They would wrap them in plastic. They would all be in the back, and then in the front of the magazines was where you would find Flex.
When you felt like a sleaze because they put in a brown paper bag the carrots. Everyone knows what you fucking got.
Oh, everybody knows.
Well, you go to Barnes and Noble. It's at the very, very, very top. So if you got to buy it, you have to like go to this section and go to the very top and reach for it. Everybody's like,
these kids don't know how good they got it today.
Doing research. It's like when you go to a video store, remember? It used to be like you had to go through the curtains into the back room for the porn.
Yeah. Like the beaded curtain.
You go in there, there's only old fucking weird looking men in there, and you're like, what the fuck?
It's horrible. When
the viewing rooms, like you go to the porn places and they had the viewing rooms. I went to one of those when I was like, I think 17 or something. You go in there and you watch all the porn channels, and I didn't know at the time what's it called when there's a whole glory hole or whatever. Holes in the wall. All the dudes go in there and they just put their dill in there, and the other dude will, suck it or do whatever. And I was like, what is that hole there for? And I had no clue what they were for at that time.
Yeah, Xavier, I just sent you the link, bro. I just sent you the link.
Put it through the hole and someone fucking cuts it off.
I know.
Yeah. We used to go to those places in Times Square before Giuliani cleaned up Times Square. And I was like in high school, and we used to go, and there was hookers everywhere, and then there was the peep shows everywhere. And then I remember in Brooklyn there was this place right off 3rd Avenue, and it has a big sign XXX. And then I used to go in there, and I used to buy there was like a sex shop, but it was huge. So I remember the first porno I ever actually bought with hard-earned money. The name of it was Tits.
Wasn't Debbie Does Dallas?
No, it wasn't Debbie Does Dallas. It was Tits. And then I bought another one named Titty Bang Bang.
This is where all your tit fixation.
Yeah. Titty Bang Bang. Because what was the actual move? Because back then, Armon, do you remember?
It's funny how they still do that. They still make porn movies out of real movies. It was
parodies.
Chitty Bang Bang was the original movie.
Yeah, it was.
Did you guys actually? Did y'all actually like the movies though? Like the actual movies where they had the whole plot and all? No,
you just lead up to the good.
Yeah, but a lot of people actually like the whole movie and the plots. That like it was like an anticipation thing. I'm like, no, you just fast forward to whatever.
Hi, I'm here to fix your TV, man. May I come in?
Yeah.
Come in.
Well, what about before? What about before fucking VHS tapes? Like in the 70s and the early 80s, you had to go to a goddamn movie theater to watch porn. That was
well, Lee, how many offers did you get when you were in Venice to do porn? Tons, right?
Truth, and I said this before, and I'm very upset by this. I want people to know because in my 20s, I wasn't a bad-looking kid. I didn't get one fucking offer, Armon. Not one.
Well, the first time I went to shoot with Alex Ardenti in California
I thought something's wrong with it. Then Ted Dixon used to be the guy at Goals. Remember Ted? He was gay and used to be with that big guy, Ray. But he told me too, he goes, Lee, I'll never hit on you because I know your father's gay and that, and I feel like a father figure to you. I'm like, oh, great. I've got two gay dads now. And when I was doing leg curls, I do remember, this is a compliment, I was doing leg curls, and this was back in the day. In tights, I had tights on, and as I'm doing leg curls, oh, stop it! That looks so good. I got up. It was Chris Dickerson. He's like, "Oh, Lee, you turned me on." Hey, look at that! At least I turned on a Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, but when you got offers to do porn, was it straight porn or was it gay porn?
Well, the first time I went to shoot with Alex for Muscle Mag, he's like, "Hey, the gym we're going to, it's in the Valley. You're going to get you're going to get offers. They're going to come to you to probably, shoot some porn and stuff." Like, my advice was, don't get into all that. Like, no, dude, I'm not going to do that. I'm here to shoot for Muscle Mag. I'm not dumb, But they did approach you and they would offer, give you your card and everything. But they didn't pay much and all like that. But I would have never done that. But then of course, when you would compete at the Cali shows, like John Lindsay shows, they would have the pump up room, and the pump up room was small. So outside the pump up room, it was just out the outside, and so all the schmoes were back there, like handing out their cards. And dude, you could do photo shoots, like legit photo shoots or other photo shoots, and make a lot of money out there. Because I would go to California, and this guy named Jimmy, he had like a site, like a muscle kind of site, like for gay guys. But you could shoot for them, and then you could stay at the house, and you could make tons of money doing photo shoots out there. But a lot of the guys just wanted to shoot you just for their own, I guess their own portfolio or whatever. But as long as it wasn't anything nude, I would go do them. So you could make $500, $1,000. It was like easy money, and you get a stack of cards like that big. Like you just go through them. And so what I learned to, it was like the second time I just did the Mr. LA. I was like, okay, I'm going to stay out here for like 2 weeks. I stayed out there for 2 weeks, and I made like 20 grand. And I came back and I put it down on like my first nice car, which was a BMW. And but yeah, it was nothing weird, nothing nude. I never did anything nude out there. Some of them were weird. It's just like just like you like that muscle, you like that bicep, just kind of stuff like that. But it was just like whatever. I was like 22.
I'm offended that I didn't get asked. I'm fucking still haven't got over this. So thanks for bringing.
That's crazy in Venice. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, not even one. It used to be that George Zachary. Remember George Zachary would go into the firehouse, and he was gay, but he always liked the black bodybuilders. He'd even go into the firehouse and sit on his donut cushion because he had hemorrhoids.
Jesus. Oh, there he is.
It wasn't much for the gyms too. Like you just get contacted by, I don't know, Lee, while you were competing, but like the websites, like you remember Orish's website, Muscle Gallery. Yeah, you never shot from. Because a lot of guys shot for Muscle Gallery. He paid them.
I forgot to do any of that. I missed out. Am I too old in my 50s? There's got to be some kinky people out there that are like 50-year-old hairy men.
Yeah.
Bears.
Xavier, did you ever do fucking gay porn? This is what we're discussing right now.
He didn't do it. He's still fucking doing it.
No.
Yeah, stop.
I didn't delve. We used to get the messages back here in the day. I don't know if it was from Australian fans or what, but there was some like weird messages. Like Armon, I know you got a ton. Stories, but like I remember I got one. It's like, they sent a photo of myself on stage doing bodybuilding, and they said, "Do you still have these trunks?" They're like, "I'll pay $1,000 soiled or $500 clean."
I would just grab a fucking random pair of shit, put it in my dog shit, and send it to the fucking guy. Like, I'm starting to feel a little bit like I'm all right. Nobody has ever offered me any fucking gay send my shirt. So I'm starting to become relatively well known in the social media bodybuilding world. If any gay guys really want to make me feel good about myself, just DM me. I'm not saying I would, but like if you want to boost my ego.
How do you think I feel? I was at the peak of my career and I didn't get a fucking offer. How do you think I feel?
It's not prevalent as now. Yeah, it's not prevalent now, like, from OnlyFans and all that kind of stuff. But before, like, all the women asking. Well, the clothing stuff, like I started getting asked, hey, can I buy your posers? Can I buy this? And I'm like, it's so weird. But then I had older bodybuilding friends like, yeah, they're just selling. And then eventually, it's like people can make fun of you or whatever. But like, dude, if you have like old posing trunks that you're not going to wear again, if someone is offering you like $500 to send them, like, of course you're going to send them. Who wouldn't send them?
Yeah, right.
I didn't. That's the funny thing because I was too scared someone would find out. I was too scared. Like on the Australian scene, I feel like it's too small that it could just be someone trolling you, and then they go like, "Oh, this guy's sending his trunks to
Xavier is gay in the term and where he's like he's not really gay, like sucking dick gay. Xavier is gay, like, yo, why would you do that? What are you, gay? What?
Hey, John,
all my friends were doing way worse stuff, so they were all doing the video stuff.
Yo, not for nothing. Like the only
John, make a new account. I'll make a different account. I'll call mine like Down Under and Nasty, and we just send each other gay messages so we don't feel left out.
Jesus. Not for nothing, but it was like, even if you wanted to make extra money in my neighborhood and do something illegal, it was masculine. Like you either steal cars or steal parts of cars or sell drugs or
You go to
or,
jail.
Why
You go to
don't-
jail doing
or
that.
beat people up or
Hmm.
something
Got
like
the
that.
ass manly in overalls and grease on you.
What?
I said, why don't you just fuck him in the ass covered in overalls and grease? Be manly. Be manly about it.
That's right. That's very manly. Yeah.
Talk like that. How do you
Yeah.
like it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do like
Well, all my friends, they were selling gear, and a lot of them got in trouble. So I was like, okay, you can sell gear, or you can go do like so. Ulrich had Muscle Gallery, so you just go on webcam and pose, and guys would ask like, "Hey, kid, you get nude?" And I'd be like, "No," because they can videotape it. I would never do that, but you're like posing on there, and so when you're in shape, you could make 10,000 a month easy. If
In
you
the
just
fact
you
that
had
extra
to-
chili.
I gotta
That's,
go pee. I gotta go pee and touch myself. I'll be back.
What do you guys take a shit?
I'll
Fucking
pee.
Xavier ate 13 chicken cutlets. He's still here with us. Yeah.
But yeah, since OnlyFans, it's kind of disappeared. All that stuff I think disappeared.
Yeah,
since
because it's so easily
Yeah.
available now. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to offer it. You could literally just go get it.
Well, and plus, gays being so acceptable. So back then, also all the guys were married, or it was secretive, or they would message like, "I'm married. Can I get like a trunks in or whatever." But I stopped all that stuff at like a younger age, and then people were like still talk stuff like, "Oh, you're gay for pay." I'm like, what was gay for pay? Like I never did anything gay. So what was like gay about it? Like
I don't agree with their lifestyle. Right?
who's like though?
Gay people. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to treat you with respect as a person.
I had a funny.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't. It's to me, it's gross. But you're still, if you're a friend or you're a nice guy, I'm still gonna treat you with respect, even though I think it's fucking gross.
Well, if they could treat you, if they treat you with respect, it's one thing. Like my gay friends, I'm like, if they treated me with respect, it was one thing. If they couldn't like just stop being gross all the time, I'm like, why can't you just be normal around me? Like I'm not gay. Like just be normal around me, and we can be friends. But we're not friends. They're like, what? Or they're like, why don't you text me? Why don't you talk to me? Because you can't just be normal around me. Like you just have to be perverted all the time.
Yeah, dude, stop sending me dick pics, bro.
Yeah.
Melvin told a funny story on my documentary. I was on the original copy I saw, but it's not in the main documentary to come out. But Melvin got pissed off. He said it was the Arnold Classic or the Olympia. Some gay guy approached him to do this or do that and something like that. And he thought he'd play a trick on me and send this guy to my fucking room. And so out of the blue, this guy comes to my room. He's like, I said, hi. He's like, oh, this and that. Melvin sent me here. I said, oh, what do you want? And this, I said, I never let him in, but by the time he left, I gave him a pair of posing trunks and I got $5,000. I told Melvin's like, what the fuck? I said, well, you sent him to my room. He only wanted posing trunks. So I got $5,000. And Melvin got all pissed off. He got all pissed off because I made $5,000.
So you
there's
actually made
people-
$5,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
People will pay crazy money. There's people today though that John, that like, or all you guys like that talk about it. They're like, oh, I would have never done that. And I knew these guys personally back then, and they did all that stuff, and they lie about it today. It's like the whole scene of bodybuilders. Like when Lee, you competed, you knew all the guys that competed at the time. When I competed, I knew all the guys. I was friends with everybody. I knew who was doing what and who was friends with what, and they were all doing it, but they all lied about it.
Yeah, well, people get funny about me because I said, that time when must have been early 2000s, we had that threesome, and I told you how the guy started blowing me, and I'm like, oh, I might as well let him finish. I'm not going to stop because I was that fucked up. And people go, why didn't you stop him? I said, because you would have accused me of being homophobic. And I said, I was just in the moment. I said,
yeah, I
wouldn't care. I'd slap him.
That's like a white girl. That's like a white girl getting raped by a black guy and didn't stop because she would appear racist.
I even finished in his mouth. I said, I didn't give
a
fuck. Dude. That's at least. That's at least half a fig. Like you're at half, at least 50%.
But people are like, you're gay. I said, look, I've never thought about it since. I've never done it since. I said, listen, if I was gay, the way I tell my sex stories, hey, if I was gay, I'd be honest about it, and I'd be telling you, yeah, I got this guy last week. I rammed him up the fucking ass that hard. I'd have that many stories to tell. I wished I was fucking gay. I could come up with some fucking great stories,
Xavier, this
Well,
is bodybuilding channel.
all my gay friends, they would all have hot girls with them all the time. So they like hang out. I'm going to hook you up with my friend. So you go hang out with them. You end up partying, and they're all doing like a bunch of drugs and X. And I never took X. I never tried X or coke in my life. Those are two drugs.
Really?
No, never tried them. I never had it. I never like any. I don't even like caffeine. Like so, they would be doing drugs, and like I remember this one time hanging out and all that. And then these two girls and the gay guy. The girls were like trying to like do all this stuff with me, and then they were trying to like pressure me into like messing around with a guy too. And then they started talking shit to me like, "Oh, you're boring. You know, you won't." I'm like, "No, I'm not boring. I'm here for y'all. I'm not trying to like, have sex with
you can't shame me into being gay. That's not gonna happen.
The amount of hot girls that go to gay clubs, or the hot women go there because they feel safe. You've got to go there and act gay and go, I've never been with a woman before, but maybe you could change me. That way you can get laid by heaps of hot girls because they can change you, make you straight.
I don't
one of
care
those
anybody else.
girls
I don't
that night,
one
of those girls that night, she was giving me a massage, and she kept hitting my ass with this brush. I'm like, don't do that again. That hurts. Like I don't like that. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Dude, like 2 months later, dude, she fell off a balcony. She was doing a bunch of coke and she was drunk. She fell off a balcony and died.
Jeez.
This is a girl I used to play with. Or
Did you feel bad? Did you feel bad not letting her spank you after that? I mean, really?
No, because she was like, I wouldn't let her. She's like, "Oh, you're boring," and she was one of the girls that was trying to get me to mess around with dude.
You upset her that much, Armon? She jumped from the balcony.
Nah, I don't think she jumped. It was like.
He's on your hands, Armon, for turning her down.
Yeah. Xavier, weigh in on this, man. Have you ever? What's your take on this whole thing, Xavier?
What's your take on it?
Yeah.
And be honest,
What's my?
You cocksucking inbred. Be honest, being from Tasmania, don't fucking lie to us.
No, I've never done anything weird like that, but like you, Lee. But I ended up in a gay club once. I was with my girlfriend at the time, but I had no idea because I'm not someone who goes out a lot, but I was with my girlfriend and then her sister and her partner and all that sort of stuff, and there's a few other people. And I messaged a mate who was, I think he was my housemate or just my former housemate at the time, and he was a bouncer. So I messaged him. I said, I'm like. And he told me where he's working. I said, how is it there tonight? And he's like, it's okay. And I'm like, so it's good? He's like, yeah. And then I end up showing up there. I'm like, why are all these drag queens like at the door, like, like stamping you and stuff? I'm like, that's a weird touch to a club. But I walk up in there, and then it's like, I realized real quick what we're in. It was just full of gay guys everywhere. But there was like the girls there. So like,
Xavier was playing. Oh, I didn't know this was a gay.
Well, Dallas, the gay bars we all worked at, like we work with the gay bars, but all the hot girls would come there because they'd be like, "Oh, I don't want to get hit on tonight," but then they'd end up taking you home. So like it was great to work there because you get hit on all night by guys and they tip you and stuff, but then you get to go home with whatever hot girl that night. So it made you feel
I can't even put myself in that, but like I said, look, I don't care what people do behind closed doors. I have two friends that are gay, okay? But I'm not going to be going to their nightclubs, being around all the gay stuff that goes on.
Well, the clubs at that time, it wasn't, nothing went on really nasty there. It was like...
No, I know, but I don't want a guy dancing with like an elephant thing in front of his dick. You know what I mean? Like the elephant trunk thing.
At the gay bars, that wasn't popular. At the gay bars,
that's why.
Those are popular at the straight bars.
You had a good setup. Being a bouncer,
okay? I don't care what anybody else does. I don't want to be around it.
Did you have like gay guys hitting on you as a bouncer, or were you a bouncer there?
No. At the gay bars, I was doing dancing for girls at this club. Then I did bachelorette parties, and then the girls were the hardest. And my friends like, hey, go out to my friends like, go out to the gay bars. Like, dude, I'm so nervous. He's like, I'll go out there with you. So they had these like stages you would stand on, like a single by yourself. And no one was really dancing. They had mostly bodybuilders at the time. But the gay bars in Dallas were usually like small, like kind of like dive places. And then you didn't have to dance. And like I was like, okay. And so I was like, I'll work one night, see how it goes. So like the one night I was there, the first night I was there, this guy came up to me and they're like up to like your knee level. And so like put money in your boots or whatever. And it was like $5 $100 bills. I'm like, this is crazy. And so after that, I was like, every weekend, like Friday, Saturday, you work there and you make a couple $1,000s. But nothing gross was going on there. There was no like lap dances. None of the guys would, they had signs where like, do not touch the dancers. But, after 2000 and I think 13 or 14, I stopped working before that, but they changed it and it became like nasty. So no, we were literally like, I guess called strippers, but we weren't stripping. We just stood up there in like boxer briefs and like flex and stuff.
Yeah. John says he wouldn't, but his two mates who are gay. If you're marooned on an island with them, John, after a while they're going to look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
And
But
coming I've been there. Trust me. With your eyes shut in the dark room, a mouth's a mouth. Let me tell you, you won't know the difference if they don't have a beard.
I can't. I'm gonna be sick. I can't even go there. I'm sorry. I'm not.
If it's a hole
not,
in the wall and
Yeah.
your dad's on the other side, you won't know it's your dad or your mother or your
no.
sister. Maybe a Tasmania, he knows.
Yeah,
Although I still have all 4 pairs of my posing trunks the 4 times I competed.
Yeah.
So if there are any guys out there that want them and want me to shit myself on them, I'll gladly send them to you if you're going to pay me for it. No problem.
What's the deal with Tasmania? Is that like, I don't know.
We've got a population of like, we're a separate island. We're below Australia, and we've got a population of like 500,000 total, like in the whole state. So,
it's like Fire Island in New York, where all the gays go.
Australia.
But it's like
So you're more like shelter?
No, we're just more separated. So it's like an hour flight from where Hobart, where I live, to Melbourne. It's like an hour flight. We're just disconnected from the mainland of Australia. So everyone says we're inbred and we fuck our sisters and all that sort of stuff.
It is. It's like the Appalachians. It's like that movie Deliverance. That's what Tasmania is.
But like growing up, were you like sheltered, or were you sheltered, or was like there was?
Look at him.
Okay.
Look at him. Look at him.
The city I live in is like 300,000 people. It's not like it's not like it's tiny. It's like it's just the running joke because Melbourne has a population of probably like 8 million or something. Sydney has like 10 million.
We have spots like that in the States, the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah, it's just like
that. What's that part of Virginia? West Virginia. There's even a spot in Jersey.
Wrong Turn. All those Wrong Turn movies. That's like
Ramapo, New Jersey, where they built it. They're all inbred and all this shit. Blah blah blah. Out of the Furnace. If you guys ever want to watch a good movie, Out of the Furnace, and it a little bit is based on Ramapo, New Jersey, where they're all fucking drug addicts, and inbred and shit.
Have you seen this movie, Xavier? You should see it. It's called Dying Breed. Have you seen that?
Is that the one based in Tasmania?
Yeah, where they're looking for the Tasmanian tiger, and they come across people like in Wrong Turn, and they start killing, eating them, raping the women. It's all inbred. You'd love it. It's like a family reunion. It's like a family reunion for you. You'll enjoy it. Be like Christmas.
Those wrong Turn movies. There was like 8 of those. I watched all of them, but they're Wrong Turn. I think there's like 7.
Watch Dying Breed. It's actually not a bad movie for an.
I might have saw it.
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah,
I have heard about that movie, but I've never seen it.
Out of the Furnace. It's with Christian Bale, Casey Affleck.
I've seen that. That.
And there's it's supposed to be that they're from Pittsburgh, but Casey Affleck plays a underground MMA fighter, and he fights these guys in Jersey, and Woody Harrelson plays this drug dealer, drug lord from Ramapo, New Jersey, who are all just inbred, fucked up, this and that, blah blah blah. Turns out to be a great fucking movie. And who else is in it? William Dafoe is in it. Great. Oh god, a lot of people. Who's the black guy with the lazy eye?
I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Like the bald, tall guy.
What's his name?
He's a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah, big dude.
Yeah, I know.
He used to train at Gold's. His name was. They used to call him Tiny, didn't they? He's
No, not Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
So that JD pulled it up. He said it. But yeah, that was a great movie, and so you got to check that out. Woody Harrelson plays a real piece of shit in that movie. But anyway,
Bell, Casey Affleck, Woody Harrelson, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah,
it's a good. Yeah.
It was a great movie. It was fucking really good.
What was it called again?
Whitaker.
Out of the Furnace. Yeah, Christian Bale and Casey Affleck play brothers. Casey Affleck goes off to war in Iraq, and he comes back, and he's a disaster. But he starts underground fighting for money, and Christian Bale is basically like, the head of the family who keeps the shit together. His father's sick, and he winds up going to jail, and his brother gets in all kinds of fucking trouble. It's really fucking good. Really good movie. But anyway.
Is it Phil or John? Phil or John, whatever your name is. It was called Dying Breed, that movie. But he also said, whatever his name is, Phil or Gian, and he even agreed. He goes, free cleanup. Why? I would let him go too and finish.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. I'm a very accepting person, John.
No, I have limits. I'm like
boring. You never.
I don't give a shit.
Panic Room's a good movie.
People say, Lee, you crossed the line. I'm like, what fucker line? I don't set limitations. There is no line.
Yeah. Although, I'll ask you, Xavier, I'll ask you this. We were talking about this on Muscle Talk last week. Would you fuck a girl if she didn't have a nose? Like if the nose was gone?
Just like 2 holes?
Yeah, just like a hole in the face like a skeleton. Would you fuck a girl like that? Her body's banging, crazy body.
From behind, yeah?
No. That's not the rules. The rules are face to face. You can't cover her face. It's got to be, you got to look at her in the face. You can't cover her nose. You can't do doggy style.
I would.
It'd be easier to kiss, I reckon. I wonder how that would be, because when you kiss like that, you just kiss them straight on. Yeah, just
a puzzle piece.
It'd be like an alien, kind of look like an alien or something. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the character's name?
Nah, it would look fucked. I couldn't do it.
I don't want Harry Potter. Voldemort.
Well, yeah. I don't know if I could do it either, man. No, I don't know if I could do it either.
That'd be like kinky.
All right, Xavier, here's another question. Who's your celebrity crush? Your celebrity crush, like,
and it can't be me. It can't be me.
For a while, it was, Gal Gadot.
Who?
Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot.
Oh, Gal Gadot. Yeah, the Wonder Woman. All right.
Did you try and pause the Wonder Woman when she's sliding across the floor and she spreads her legs? You try and pause it to see camel toe?
Do you know what's funny? I actually think that I saw that bit. I think I actually did it with my partner at the time. I shit you not.
Yeah.
I think I saw that. I'm like, did you just see her?
You're the youngest. Xavier, how old are you? 30? What?
35.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought you were.
So if Gal Gadot, whatever the hell her name is, contacts you, Xavier, and says, I want to spend the weekend with you. From Friday to Sunday, we could do whatever you want. Anything you want. My body is yours, whatever you want, except the only stipulation is before we get started, you have to lay on the floor and I have to cop over you and shit on your face.
Nah, I don't want to shit my face.
Small price to pay.
I mean, you could close your eyes and your mouth. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
shit could she possibly? She probably shits M&Ms.
How much drugs can I take beforehand?
No.
I have to do it straight.
But all right, so would you do it or no?
I don't think so. I think I'd be so put off after getting shit on my face. I'm not into shitting or pissing in sex.
Yeah.
I'd get that shit, put it in a pussy, and then start pumping it in there.
Oh, jeez, Lee.
You know, you really got to.
Vince McMahon, though, when you watched all his stuff, he was taking some girls.
Yeah. That's right.
And then I think Brock Lesnar was the other dude, and he was finishing it when the girl has like a dump on her head. Like
there was a couple. There was.
What was Brock Lesnar doing?
Well, there was another guy, but it was probably Brock Lesnar because he was the other one that his name kind of leaked in when Vince McMahon got accused of all the stuff that he did.
There was a couple of no-name guys like lawyers and accountants that fucking Vince knew too, and they would double team a girl, and then Vince would just fucking shit on the girl while the other guy was banging her.
You never had sex, and then once you shoot your load and you leave your willy in there as it's getting softer, you pee inside of him. You never done that?
No. I read that in a magazine. I wrote that. You read that in a magazine.
I'm going to find another channel to talk to people. You're boring. Bye.
You guys are no fun. What kind of bullshit channel is this? Armon, what about you? Who was your celebrity crush that you always wanted?
Natalie Portman, I think.
Okay, would you let Natalie Portman shit on your face? I mean, come on, when she's 100 pounds, what could possibly come out of her?
Still shit.
Yeah, you close your mouth. You do one of these.
No, I'm not okay.
No?
I don't know. It depends on what age I was. I like Natalie Portman and who else? I don't know.
Jessica Alba?
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Jessica Alba, yeah.
Christine. Christina Hendricks is mine. Lee knows this. Christina Hendricks is mine. I would let Christina Hendricks shit on me, pee on me, fucking puke on me if I could bang it.
Oh, puke. Ugh.
Did you ever, you know who she is, Xavier? Christina Hendricks?
Sounds like a
She's
porn
an
star.
ugly
man.
red.
She was in the movie. She was in the movie Bad Santa 2. She was in the second one. She was in Fist Fight with Ice Cube and that other guy who's annoying as fuck. Where there's supposed to be two teachers that are gonna fight at 3 o'clock.
Look her up.
And
I stopped having crushes like when I was younger though. I didn't have. Once I got older, I stopped having crushes on like actresses and all that.
yeah, it's not real.
Yeah,
I'm just
the
saying.
same.
I'm just saying, it's a crush. You know, just a girl that you find attractive that you would never fucking have a chance with. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't like the
You
finger.
never know.
Christina Hendricks, I pretty much know. That's never gonna happen.
Like Britney Spears, look at the guys. She ended
What
up with like backup dancers.
What
Yeah.
about when I come out?
Xavier, did you look her up? She's got red hair.
Come on, you didn't think.
Yeah, I
Avatar-
looked her up. She's got massive tits and red hair. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Giant.
Not
tits,
much
yeah.
height.
You didn't try pause Avatar when the people were in blue and you could see their asses and shit.
No, I didn't do that. So come on, who's your celebrity crush, Lee?
It was Hilary Swank.
Oh, it was Hilary Swank. Yeah. You like the girl next door look. I don't
Hilary
like that. Yeah, I don't like the
No
girl next
way.
door. I like dirty.
She was in like Karate Kid, the third one or something. That's one of her first big movie breaks, and then yeah.
She did that movie
I
with.
always like the good-looking girls too, like the girl next door look. I like that. Look.
Yeah. Well,
That's Hillary now,
Yeah.
is it?
How?
and now show mine, Xavier.
I don't
Show the girl I want. I like.
You know, who
But,
didn't look bad, but she's a lesbian. Was the girl that played Supergirl in the last Flash movie?
Loading.
I didn't watch it. I heard the Captain America movie is taking a shit.
Yeah.
I heard it's not
Yeah.
doing it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Oh, God, who's that? Gee, it's like the clown from It.
Oh, shut up!
Fuck, that's the clown
God
from.
damn, she is
Uh,
a smoke show. She is a
I don't
fucking
think so.
smoke show.
If you
You like redheads?
You fuck
I like
her.
anybody with tits.
You fucked her, right?
Real, fake. I don't care. One, she can have one real one, one fake one. I don't give a shit. Oh, shit. You guys are fucked up. Xavier, what's been going on with your life, man?
A lot, I guess. Stuff I can't speak. Some stuff I can't speak about now.
I was watching that new documentary on Netflix, and it made me think of you.
Yeah, I know. I've got a lot
do
of
you think
messages
we
about that. The Bell Gibson one. Yeah.
Lee, you
episode
think when
video.
they do the documentary, the sequel, I can be in it?
For Xavier.
What, the one on my life?
No, Lee's sequel. When they
Oh,
do the
mine.
sequel.
Oh, Lee sequel.
Yeah. Can I be in it in the sequel?
Input in it, do you?
Yeah. Hey, a lot of input. He's a disgusting.
Maybe you do it if you're drunk or something. If you can't do it straight.
Women will ruin your life. Women will ruin your life.
Hell yeah. Man,
No
it's-
shit.
It's crazy. I used to hear all these stories about guys that would get divorces and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, their woman's doing this and using the kids and stuff." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thank God I never have to go through that." And then I just got like the next level version of it.
Bro, it is.
I was done with my custody court and everything. It's been 2017, and it's still like it's still a monster. Like,
Bro.
yeah.
I can't tell you how many friends at work that I got that went through this shit, right? But I got one friend at work who went through a divorce. And this guy works two jobs. He works 16 hours a day every day because he's got a wife and kid, but he also has a mom that he has to support because his mom is sick and there's no father, whatever. So 16 hours. So he has this fucking his wife leaves him. Wife leaves divorce. She leaves him. They got the base. She's got custody. He moves back in with his mother because he can't afford his own place. Blah blah blah. We're at work. This is a few years back. We're at work, and he's sitting there, and I'm like, "Yo, what's wrong?" And he goes, "Look at this. My ex-wife just sent me this, and there's a picture of another guy's dick, right? But it was a picture of another guy's dick, and it clearly had just finished having sex." And
that's not even a big deal though. Like all
and
the money.
wait. She sent it to him and said, "This is what keeps me up at night now."
Yeah.
That wouldn't bother me. Like
That wouldn't bother the mother of your children, the woman that just divorced your wife.
Right now, it wouldn't bother me at all.
What
Not now, but a month after you guys split up, that wouldn't bother you.
Strong women, we don't need men. I don't need your money. That all changes when you get a divorce, doesn't it? Fuck, they change.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was never married. I was just, taking care of my daughter. Like I didn't even care about the girl. So when we separated, it was like.
So let me rephrase it. I know it wouldn't bother you, but basically that's what you're dealing with. A cunt like that, a twat like that. So
there's way worse to deal with. Like going to prison. I was looking at 20 to 40 years.
Yeah, I think basically like in my sort of situation, I've had stuff tried to be, pinned on me and some people try to get you to do illegal things for them and they justify it and then they try to get you in trouble. And stuff like that's happened, that has been done to other people in the past that I know of. And it's like, it's crazy how one woman or, a couple of women can just destroy like so many lives and it's just on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one.
That's why we shouldn't talk bad about gay people or gay shit, because if we ever have to go to prison for 10 years, shit's going to happen. So,
Not on my face.
Yeah.
Xavier, you'll be walking, but you'll be going to that shower smiling every afternoon after 10 years in prison.
My legs are too long, man, for them to get me.
I would join the Aryan Brotherhood immediately. I'm all set, guys. I'm all.
Hey, they come across tough during the day, but nighttime when the cell door shuts, they're fucking humping and snuggling up to each other.
I don't care. I would go down swinging. You can stab me in the heart. I can't. You can shank me in the heart. I just can't do it, man. I'm sorry.
Well, you won't have a choice.
Yeah, okay,
I mean, I wouldn't go out like that either if I was in prison.
Yeah, I can't. I couldn't. Yeah. That's like it's like so emasculating. I just can't fucking.
You can be the pitcher, not the catcher.
No. Nah, that wouldn't work if I was the pitcher. I couldn't get it up. Forget it. It's a dude. I can't. Forget. It's impossible.
I might get a tranny in for you, dude. That's pretty.
It's still a guy. I can't have any part of a dude. Period.
So negative.
If a girl is too hairy, I'm out.
Why are you so negative?
Yeah. And I'm Italian, and some girls are just Italian girls are naturally hairy, and I'm like, no.
In grade 8, I broke up with a Greek girl because she had some a little bit of underarm hair when we went to the pools together,
bro,
and I just couldn't handle it.
I don't blame you.
2 weeks in, I'm out.
I would have did the same, bro. Would have totally did the same.
Like disgusting. The big bush.
I don't even like a girl that acts masculine. Do you know what I mean? Like girls that are like, oh, don't mess with me. I'll fuck you. Like one of those. Nah, can't. Sorry. No.
Well, who does? I don't. I mean,
I can't. Like even if it's the smallest thing, like a girl that like, if she goes to the gym in like Crocs and pajama bottoms, I'm like, I'm fucking no.
Well, you're like this story then, John. When I've been doing a little bit of sniff and drinking, and the wife had been drinking, and she decided she wanted to put the strap on and peg me. And you know what, John? I'll tell you, I took it like a man. But I still remember the look on her fucking face when I looked over my shoulder. She had this look of determination. And all I could think of was, Lee, it's okay. In 10 minutes, fucking payback's going to be a bitch. And when it was my turn, I rammed it up there. Just put the tip in. Fucking boom. Fucking payback.
I was going to say, if that happened, you'd have to really just take back that dominance and be like,
That's what Wes Watson getting make fun of right now.
Yeah.
Peg Watson.
Yeah, Peg Watson. I just do that. I can't. And nothing about that. Even if I watch a show and two guys, like there's a gay couple and they start kissing, click. Can't watch. No. Can't do it.
It's like every movie now, though. It's like they've got to,
I will change the fucking channel every time.
But your natural instinct is like, it for me, if I see that and you're like, it's normal. So all these blokes are kissing all of a sudden.
Not fucking normal.
I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm just like, not like I either want to skip it or turn the show off. But you know when you're watching it with someone and they don't care, and you're like, oh, I don't fucking like.
No, I
and they're
don't
like, oh,
care.
you're being homophobic. I actually dated someone,
and
she accused me of being homophobic all the time. She had 3 gay friends. I was cool with all of them, and they were actually all like respectful gay dudes. Like that, you know. One of them would have a joke with me, but we had a relationship where, like, he jumped on my back once, and like, but it wasn't like he wasn't.
He jumped on your back and tried fucking you.
Yeah, he tried to fuck me. No.
Xavier, let me ask you something.
Put on your back, Xavier.
Xavier, let me ask you something. Before you met your wife with the kids, did she come from a household with both a mom and dad in it?
A very abusive dad.
There you go. Okay, so the red flags were there.
Yeah.
I mean, you just said, "Fuck it."
I'm
Yeah, people can put on a very good mask though, you know.
Yeah,
like there was so many green flags, but it outweighed her. And I think in that regard, you go, you know, oh, she's been through some shit, and then you know the story was played out like, oh, I made it through, I made it out of that situation, that small town, you know, I've made it for myself.
The whole victim,
and it all appeared, victim mentality.
Men get stronger when they go through tough times. Women get damaged.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Like that sounds very.
The women, the women
And
trying to make your life hell like that.
Hold on, I'll prove it. How many times have you heard of a guy who went to prison for some violent thing, whatever the case may be? He comes out, changes his life, and like becomes a good dad. Maybe even goes to prison and actually tries to convince these young guys to stay out of trouble and so on and so forth. We've seen it. I mean, Michael Frances. John Elite. I could go down the list. Even Bernard Hopkins, the former middleweight champion, used to do things like that. He came out of prison. He started fighting in prison. Countless guys. I've never heard of one woman that went to prison and came out and just became a great mother and wife, and then went back and tried to tell the young girls, don't do drugs and don't get pregnant at 13. Never, not one fucking.
Right. When a girl is trying to run your life, though, like, and it happens and happening, like, think how miserable they have. Like, you might be hurting and not seeing your kids and all that kind of stuff, but like, and spending a bunch of money, but think of them how miserable they are. Their whole prerogative is to trying to ruin your life. They wake up and they try to. They're a miserable people.
They are
for the rest of their life.
They are absolutely.
I've learned a lot about that. How these women like sort of operate like mentally. Like I actually was told by a family member of one of these people that's how they get off. You know what I mean? Destroying. And almost like a power play, like they'll do something and get something done that's like, you know, against certain people. I'm like, oh, that's fucked with them. And I've, you know, found stuff out that happened later. And I'm like, yeah, that afternoon, that person was like buzzing, like almost like they were on coke or something, like just like they were on a high from fucking people over. I'm like, that's they're
narcissistic. They're histrionic personality disorder. It's fucking
sociopaths.
They'd rather waste money too. You could say, "Hey, here's a couple grand, $200,000. Let's have peace, whatever." No, they'll burn through all the money just to keep trying to make you miserable.
Absolutely.
I tried that with mine. I offered like, "Hey, here's money. I just want to see my daughter this amount of time. Do this because the courts are costing so much." Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've been stalked, relationship sabotaged, all sorts of shit. Yeah. And while they should that's in the end what got them caught. You know what I mean? They had such a complex. They're willing to put it all on the line to be like, fuck you.
They never learned how to. They're damaged and they're entitled, and they never learned how to control their emotions. And females react on emotion and emotion only. We're the reasonable people. But here's something that nobody tells women when they get divorced. Okay, and if there's any ladies out there, and even men, just try to. If you're going to get divorced from your husband, in the short term, you will be happy. So what I mean by that, in the short term, you will get the house, you will get the kids, you will get child support, you will get alimony. In the long term, you're going to wind up being miserable because once the alimony is over, child support is over, you're not having any more money coming in, and the guy has moved on with his life and maybe has like another girlfriend and has maybe another kid. But now what you are a 45-year-old woman with 2 kids. Nobody fucking wants you anymore. And that's what they don't fucking realize. And And in the short term, it's hey, it's fucking party time. I got money coming in. I don't have to worry. So on and so
Well,
forth.
the kids too. They realize like they're hurting the kids the whole time, and then the
whole time.
kids end up hating
time.
the mom.
Yeah.
Eventually, when they get older, they always end up hating the mom. When they
The
find
boys,
out,
yeah,
right.
the boys tend to wind up realizing the deal because the boys realize it faster because they wind up going through it and they go, oh, I fucking get it now. My mother was a lunatic. The women just become damaged. Like, did you ever see that one with Dr. Phil where they bring the teenage daughter and the mother told the teenage daughter that the father touched her when she was a baby, like before 1 year old.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
He S8'd her, and she believed him the entire time. And then the father was trying to convince her, and at this point she's like 15 or 16, and she still believes the mother, even though there's no proof the father's been saying this. It never happened.
yeah. The lie detector test too, right?
Lie detector test, and you just see the girl breaking down, and the father's going, it never happened, and she's like, I don't want to hear it. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. You know, and it just becomes a fucking
it's so
disaster.
mean to the father, John. Why are you coming down on the father?
The father, what do you mean?
Why are you coming down on the father? You're saying the father touched her or sexually?
No. She was
That was
accused.
an accusation. Yeah,
He was accused of it, and it never happened.
Oh, because if it did happen, I was going to say, well, what's wrong with that? You know, you teach your kid how to drive. You teach your kid how to
Holy.
if you're going to teach your kid how to fuck, well, hey,
Lee said there was no line.
there is no line.
We're all going to be in the sequel. We're all going to be in the sequel, and we're going to show this clip. I'm not getting rid of this one. Yeah, you think you know Lee Priest, don't you? Okay.
I did tell you the time when my daughter come to America and she was with this guy, and they came into the apartment and they're sitting on the couch and that. She's like, we're going to go in the bedroom. I'm like, what are you going in there for? And she's like, oh, just to talk. And I just looked straight at him. Now, no joke, he didn't know what to do. I looked at him and said, listen, if you go in there and fuck, she comes out and tells me you didn't fuck her properly, I'll come in and show you how to do it. And look on his face like this. He's thinking, he's going to show me what, with his daughter or me?
Yeah.
His mind goes,
Yeah, dude, you are one twisted son of a bitch.
I reckon my mind would explode.
So I said, so what happened in the room? She goes, he just sat on the end of the bed and didn't fucking move.
I wouldn't either. I would have left. I would have been like, this family's fucking crazy.
My mind would be going, just sitting there.
Do you know how many times I've done that? Like, I've dated a girl and like I see the family and the family's nuts or the older brother's nuts or whatever, and I'm just like, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck
Not
that.
worth it. Yeah. My a friend of mine, he actually dated. It was like I don't know if you guys have the Rebels, like the bikie gang in America.
We don't have the Rebels, but we have every other fucking.
Yeah, so the Rebels, like they're quite big in Tasmania, and my friend dated, I think, the leader of the Rebels, the precinct down here's daughter, and yeah, it's just it didn't sound like it was worth it.
Yeah.
He got
To me, it's over here. Xavier by me in Jersey is the Pagans. That's the big motorcycle club by me. Is the Pagans.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And by Armon, it's the
Here we go.
Banditos. The Banditos are big by Armon in Texas.
They're big in Melbourne, hey?
We've got the Banditos here where I live.
Yeah, they're all over the world, pretty much. But the Angels are on the West Coast. They used to be dominant in New York, but the Pagans basically have decided against that.
Actually met the was the guy that started Angels. His name's Sonny, the shorter, older
No,
guy.
he didn't start the Angels. He was basically their
Okay.
one of their leaders.
I met
Sonny
him.
Barger.
I met him at a big bike rally once in Scottsdale. He had all these fucking huge men around him protecting him.
And Sonny
Yeah,
Barger. He was
Christ.
There was a
Did
bunch
you
of
ever have Mel on your show, John? You ever have Mel Chance?
I never had Mel on my other channel. Xavier actually was on my other channel when I first started. On my other channel, I never had Mel Chancey. I've been trying to get him on, and I've been talking to him a couple of times, but he's always like under contract. But I had Pee Wee, who was a former president of the Las Vegas chapter of the Hells Angels. I had on Mooch, who was a national leader of the Mongols, and then I had Danny D'Lo, who will not tell me what club he is part of. I had to figure out because he's from Chicago. And the two dominant chapters out there are the Angels and the Outlaws. And the guy only wears black and white. There's not 1 ounce of red. So I could assume he's an outlaw. But yeah, no, I've never had Mel Chancey on. I've tried.
What about No.
What happened?
I mean, if Chuck
Chuck
Zito.
Tito, no. Chuck Tito's going to be tough to get, man. He only goes on big shows. He's like serious. Like, you know, he's only there were going to be guys that are going to be very, very difficult to get. I just had on Ava Devine, the porno star.
Was that the one that came up? Some girl with big titties I saw.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some clip of that. I saw
Yeah.
some clip where she was like, asked, like she was proud of all. You asked her how many guys she slept with. She was like,
Yeah.
oh, 500,000. Like, oh, way past that, way
Yeah.
past that.
Yeah. She said over 1,000. And she was
proud
like,
of it.
meanwhile, she was a drug addict for years and years and years, to the point where she was a disaster, just in her hotel room by herself, doing as much drugs as she possibly can. So, I mean, you know, these girls could like play that off. But to me, if you're doing that much drugs, that means there's pain going on that you're hiding or trying to suppress. Okay. So it's, and you can't tell me that, very few girls embrace being a prostitute or a whore or an escort or a porno star.
The negativity from you on that subject is disgusting.
What's up?
The negativity on you saying, if you say that, they course
Just being honest.
Of course they enjoy it.
The suicide rate's so high. They
Yeah.
last under usually 2 years, and you know all that stuff.
Yeah, and then they all try. Very few of them, like Nina Hartley, embraced it and became very wealthy, and Sarah J embraced it and became very wealthy. But very few of them embrace it and be like, "This is me. I'm a fucking sex worker. That's what I do." Very few of them do it. Most of them do it for a short period of time, and they get out and they find God, or they're on drugs, or they're drinking, or they're trying to fucking figure out what the hell's going on with themselves. You know, it is what it is.
It damages them. Man, I think when they're young, they can kind of get through it. They do a lot of drugs because most of those porn stars, they do a lot of drugs, meth, ice, coke, all that to numb and all that. And then, you know, after they get out of it, they have trouble. I mean, they're not okay.
Absolutely, there's no question about it. It's not even a question. By nature, a woman doesn't want to sleep with a lot of guys. They do it when they're damaged. They do it when they're not grounded. They do it because, you know,
very open and liberated, John. Like men like to sleep with lots of girls. Maybe some women go, you know what? I like cock, and I'm going to get as much cock as I can.
Yeah, but if that's the case, then they wouldn't be fucking drowning themselves in drugs when they do get all the cock.
Not all of them drown.
Men and women are completely different on every single level. Emotional,
you fucking Dr. Phil.
physical, mental. And it's the truth. We are completely, and okay, when
man has penis, women have vagina.
When a man wants to devote himself to his woman,
okay,
it's not sexual. What he actually does is he supports her. He marries her. He takes the responsibility of supporting her and the family. He buys a house. He gives her a life. That is our way of showing loyalty. A woman gives herself to you as pure as possible. My body is yours and yours only, and that's how they devote themselves to you. And that's why women fucking freak out when they find out that you had sex with another girl. But meanwhile, we don't give a shit that we had sex with another girl. It means nothing to us, right?
Zero.
If they realize we don't want the body, if they just vacuumed and made us a fucking sandwich, we'd be happy.
Yeah, honestly, it's the God's honest truth. And
but you can't tell them that. They won't believe that. Like, it means nothing. Like, that was nothing at all.
No,
like,
it doesn't. No, because they can't understand it. It's like, okay, it is instinctual. They don't understand because when they have sex, there is an emotional attachment. That is not necessarily true for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm saying, so they can't put themselves in our shoes. They don't understand it. They don't get how you could possibly have sex and not have an emotional attachment. It's just not the case. And here's the thing. Here's another thing that people don't understand today. Sorry, Lee, then I'll let you talk.
You're right.
Most men today are more loyal than any generation before this. It is 100% true. I have a half brother. My father was having an affair, and I found out that I have a fucking half brother from another woman when my father died. Right? And I could say it now because my mother has dementia, so she doesn't know what's going on. Right? But men used to have women with other families on the other side of town. When I was growing up, every single one of my my father's friends had a girlfriend. They called them a gumata because they're Italian. They all had side chicks. Today, I don't know one person. I don't know not one person that has a side chick. Not one guy. Not
It's a lot more rare. Yeah,
I
me,
knew
like
one.
myself and my friends. Like I don't even have like I'm married. I have no desire ever. Like even a desire to. Like
Yeah,
I think maybe it's because I've been in a lot of trouble with women, and I've dealt with so many crazy women. I know
Probably.
what's out there, and when you get a good one, you know you get a good one. You know.
Hang on to it.
It was a dude. It was a given. Like it was a given. One of my father. This is. I think I told you this. Did I tell you this story, Lee? Well, my fault. My Xavier.
How'd you get your wife though, John? Was it real hypnol or chloroform?
Yeah. I just hit her over the head and dragged her like a caveman.
The old club.
Xavier, when I used to live in Brooklyn, my father and my mother were separated, right? And they got back together, right? But because God forbid, back that generation gets divorced. That's like a no-no, right?
Yeah,
So
that's a sin.
my father had a girlfriend, and the girl came to my house. Swear to God. Now you got to think about this. This is before social media. This is the only way she could have figured out is if she looked at my father's driver's license or looked it up in the yellow pages. That's the only way, right? The girl came to my house, and my mother, my father's girlfriend had a fight right in front of the house in Brooklyn, and the neighbors had to break it up. And when you walk into my house where I used to live
When
in
you say
Brooklyn,
a fight, you mean like physical, like
oh no, they
hand
beat the
all that
shit out of each other.
The-
Yeah. My mother punched her in the face. Her wig fell off. She was a real fucking winner. Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
the full story though. Tell the full story how you and your dad on the top step while they're fighting, jacking off.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah. No, my father wasn't home. I was very young, like toddler young.
You said
My
they were
older,
separated, so they were separated but living together. Your mother and
they were
brother.
no. My father was living with his sister in downtown Brooklyn, but they weren't
okay.
divorced. They were separated. I was extremely young, and the girl comes to the house, and when you first walk into the house in Brooklyn, to the right, there was like my father made like a desk in a little room for my brothers to do homework. So it was like pencils and a pencil sharpener and books and pens. And my mother punched the girl in the face. Her wig fell off. They're wrestling around. My mother's on top of her, and she grabs a pen, and she's trying to stab the girl in the face with the pen. And then my neighbors came. Two of my neighbors came and broke it up and whatnot. Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah. That was not the mother of my half brother. That is another girl. So when I hear these girls today, like better dogs, I'm like, you have no fucking clue.
I think a lot of it now is like guys don't actively cheat, but they'll like message girls and stuff like that, on social media. And I feel like there's more of
flirting.
that. Yeah,
Some-
flirting.
yeah,
If
some
they
guys-
get enough
some-
out of that, then they don't
Yeah.
need to fuck. And they've got so much porn you can access that it's like, oh,
Some girls, some
Check it
guys,
out.
some guys just like being around. You're right. Some guys like the idea of just being around the pretty girl, even though they would never cross the line, or talking to the pretty girl, and that's enough for them. But nobody's gonna really fucking want to hear this. But the truth of the matter is, the more alpha, the more motivated a guy is, the more he's gonna fuck. More women are gonna want him, and the more times he's gonna fucking have sex. Elon Musk has what, 13 kids?
Yeah.
Hey, if I could get pregnant, I'll have a kid to him too because I'll take his fucking alimony. Don't you worry.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I know that.
the funny thing is, like, has he had all these kids with different women, or
Yeah,
what? Like,
yeah.
I've
he
heard
just
three different
loves-
women.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
three
yeah.
different
I
ones.
think it's 3 different women. Yeah,
Oh, it's not bad. It's not a
Yeah.
bad.
Imagine they out there getting for the kids and looking after them. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. I could
Child
only
support comes in every month. It's just like
Eh,
ching.
every fucking one of them, man. Every athlete,
But I think he wanted to, right? Though I mean, he probably wants to like put his genetics out there with all these different.
that
No.
is the nature. That is the nature of a man. They want to plant their seed, and the truth of the matter is, only the very dominant men do it with many women. Throughout world history, 70% of women have procreated, but only 40% of men have procreated.
Interesting.
Yeah. So which means throughout history, the majority of powerful men have had the majority of women. But then things like, hey, if we just fucking form a community and one man and one woman together, that helps a lot. And it did for a long time. And now people are going, fuck it. Let's go back to the old way.
Adam and Eve and Noah and his wife.
What's up?
You mean like Adam and Eve and Noah and his wife?
Yeah, Noah and his wife, that hua. You guys are fucked up. All right, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. Thanks to Xavier and Armon.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
If anyone come on here for
Thanks for having me on.
bodybuilding talk, if you come on for bodybuilding talk, you got the wrong channel today.
Yeah, you really
We
do.
can
get the
discuss
whole
one bit, hey?
No, not at all. Okay, Kai
I thought we'd
Greene's
be
not making
discussing
a
Arnold.
Kai Greene's not making a comeback.
We did
Andrew
talk
Jack
about
does not win the Arnold Classic. There's your bodybuilding.
Yeah, we did talk about that in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
it.
did?
That's
Oh, I
about,
didn't catch the beginning.
yeah, that's pretty much what we talked about. Andrew Jack is not winning, and Kai Greene's not making a comeback. There you go. There's your bodybuilding. All right, Armon, you gonna come on Wednesday night?
I'm gonna try. It's my son's first soccer practice.
Oh, that's
so,
right. That's right.
Yeah,
Xavier,
so,
if you want to come on Muscle Talk Wednesday night, we're going to be talking about the Arnold Classic, obviously.
Let me know what time, because I've got a podcast scheduled.
It's going to be 12:30. Is he in the same time zone as you, Lee?
30 Thursday it'll be Xavier.
12:30 our time. Okay,
Yeah.
I think I've got one at 11, but I'll see I'll see how long that is.
Well, I'll message you.
Dylan from Project Bodybuilding.
Oh, Dylan, that was meant to interview me, and he never has. Yeah.
Oh, has he messaged you about that?
No.
I'm gonna message him now angrily because I was talking to him yesterday.
yeah. All right, fellas. Listen, have a good night.
All right,
Peace.
thanks for having me on, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys soon.
y'all later. Have a good night.